everyone, it's Naomi Sneakus, and welcome to the Firecracker Department After Show. This is where I talked with the core team members about what inspired them and what got them jazzed from past episodes. I am talking today with my funny friends, Anna Gustafson, Emily Churchill, and AJ Edmonds, and we are talking about Dani Kind. And you'll know Dani Kind, of course, from things like Workin Mums, Wynonna Earp. Oh my God, she's all over the place. She's got a feature coming out called The Banana Splits, which is this weird kid horror movie. She's fantastic, and she's one of my favorite people. What did you think? Emily, what did you think of the Dani Kind episode?
Well, I loved it. She's an amazing person and she's so real. I think that was one of the main ones is just getting down to the nitty gritty. And what she said about women being portrayed on film and totally, going to that unraveling place that is more common in our medias than a man going to that unraveling place. So that was really interesting. That was an interesting part of it.
Yeah, I love seeing a woman flawed on TV. There's so much
Yeah.
more. Yeah, what did you think, AJ?
I mean, any character that has more than one dimension makes them engaging and real. And, she's so fortunate to be given these roles that are allowing her to be so multidimensional with her performances. And, they're enviable parts in enviable shows. And she does such an incredible job. She was right. Like most of the roles for women, we're expected to unravel. It's not often something that you see in the men on screen as well. It is sort of, one would be a man and then interpret whatever that means, whereas we are often asked to come to the table with a lifetime of unraveling and pull it together and embody a huge character.
Yeah, Anna, what did you think? As a stand-up, people unravel all the time in front of people, but on camera not so much.
I mean, that's always that's our
funny.
kind of our MO. It's just like open unraveling and with a twist. I like how she was talking about where she's from and feeling trapped. Where she's from is a city, but it has a real small town because it's a government city. It's very 9 to 5, and just having that feeling of being stuck and trapped and as an artist there. That was interesting. And I performed in that city a lot, and it's one of my favorite cities to perform stand-up in because the people are so smart and kind of, I think, starved for entertainment maybe. I really enjoyed hearing about Ottawa from a different artist's perspective.
Yeah, she was so beautifully honest about her experience with her parents and, what she took away as a mother now with her 2 kids. But what she said that I loved was that, who are we without our trauma? What would we be if we didn't have our trauma? And that's an amazing thing to think about, because when you're in trauma, all you can imagine is it's awful, it's never going to go away. And then when you reflect back on it, so much of that trauma informs who you are. And as an actor, it informs how you perform and how you tap into different roles. And, that's another thing that she really reminded me of, is that acting isn't just for people that started at 4. Storytelling can go throughout your entire life, and at any point you can hop into it.
Which I love. It's funny. I got cancer like 10 years ago. I got melanoma, and I was so shocked when my therapist was like, this is going to make you wiser. And I was like, I don't want to be wiser. I just want to get through this and get back. But like having that kind of trauma does inform, does infuse. And I'm I'm grateful for the experience now.
So do you guys find that when you're, as you get older, you're a little bit more accepting of trauma when you see it coming? I feel, and this is the word, you lean into it. It's when I was younger, anything that looked like it was out of line, I was terrified of it. And now I'm like, okay, bring it on. We'll figure it out and get on the other side of it. And there's hopefully something great on the other side. And if it's not, it's, I just don't find trauma as terrifying. And maybe as artists, where we know that there's something in it for us. Maybe.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I still find conflict terrifying because I feel like it's the end of the world, but like everybody's leaving me. Every kind of conflict, everybody's leaving me. But like trauma, I'm a little bit more like, oh, this will pass. I mean, in the height of it, probably not. But on the other side of it, just on the edge of the other side of it, I get it. Ems, what do you think?
Yeah, I've noticed definitely as I've gotten older and gone through past trauma that now I'm going through a situation to where it would be traumatic, but I'm taking it very calmly. and so I think, past trauma does inform you to be more sympathetic and seeing the trauma from all angles, not just your angle, but from their angle too. And I think that really helps. It comes with age. Yeah.
I love it. AJ, any final words?
I think all of Dani's episode was just a reminder that like life is hard. Make yourself laugh. Partner up with somebody that will catch you or push you depart depending on what side you need to go, and acknowledge your flaws and live in them, and don't be afraid of them. She offered a really inspiring insight into being a mom is hard and it sucks, and sometimes you just have to lock your kids in the car and cry in the driveway, and sometimes you
lock the kids in the car. Like that's the part that I'm like, well, stay on the kids in the car thing. It's illegal. That's all. It's illegal. I just think
for more than like 5 seconds.
She still had a visual on them.
They just hugged. That was my favorite part, where she was like, we put them in the car seat, we closed the doors,
strapped them,
and then we just hugged for like 3 minutes, and then we went in the car and turned on the AC.
Oh my God, you gotta have that partner, like whether it's your husband or your buddy or your family member that's just like that knows you well enough to like give you a kick and give you a hug when you need it.
I loved that because I could relate, being a Reiki person and a healer, when she said that she wanted to hug the patients. Like I was like, yes, I do. I want to hug everybody. And it was so sweet to see someone that was a social worker and in that very sterile, not very sterile, but sterile environment to where they're not supposed to be hugging. She still wanted to share the love. And I just love that.
Yeah, she's extraordinary. This is one of my favorite interviews because it's just her, and she's so like authentic, and yeah. All right, what's going on in your lives before we wrap it up? Emily, what's going on in yours?
I'm revamping my Friends on a Bench web series, so you can see us at friendsonabench.com.
Awesome. AJ?
I like to think I'm kind of retired right now.
Okay. Hey.
So how's the bingo?
It's nice. I'm really good. I'm loud.
Good for you.
No, I've actually just started singing again and sort of performing and getting back into just performance. So no major projects I'm focusing on at the moment.
I love that. Thanks for sharing something that isn't necessarily a project, but definitely is something that you're passionate about. I love that equally.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anna, what about you? What's going on?
A little bit of back to basics, writing new jokes and doing new jokes, and which is I love. Like you always circle back to being almost brand new, and you're all vulnerable and go out and do the thing. And I love that. And we're doing some fun, interesting things with the comedy department newsletter and the comedy department in general. That's going to be super fun by the end of the summer.
I'm excited. I'm in a show right now called Workin. That's coming out. I don't know when. It's a Netflix movie, but I'm having so much fun. It's super fun playing somebody's mom and actually not being a mom. It's really fun. And then Matt and I are doing the script tease format, which is an improvised format at Prince Edward County at the end of July. So I'm really excited about that because I haven't done an improv show for a long time. So
fun.
That's great.
All these things. You can find out all about all of us at our Twitter accounts, and you can always find us through Firecracker Department, Firecracker DEPT, Instagram and Twitter. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, there's no time to waste. Firecrackerdepartment.com. Go hit subscribe and join the community. We'd love to have you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the after show. See you next time.
Bye.